everyone, Medina here, and love and light to you all. I'm standing in front of my gratitude wall in my space, which has got all the lovely hearts saying all the things people have appreciated in this wellness space that I run. And we're getting more hearts every day. It's beautiful. Lots of different colours. So what I want to talk to you today is an extension of something that I talked about the other day, which is really interesting. So I talked the other day about how this incredible synchronicity happened where I was asked to randomly do a house clearing on a house right next to a house that I grew up in for 20 years. So the part two that's really interesting is that when I went in with my energy and checked the street, it still felt quite heavy. So I went in and did some clearing on that. And then I went over to the house that I grew up in. I found it first on Google Maps to make sure it was the correct house. Still had the same street number. And then I went in and I felt the energy of the house. And the house that I grew up in for 20 years felt really, really sad. So I got back to the lady that asked me to do the house clearing on her house, which is right next to the house where I grew up in. And I said to her, why would the house be feeling so sad? And she said to me, well, it's really interesting because all the neighbours are against it, but that house is in line for being demolished. It's the very last house left in the street that's original. All the other houses in the street are new, and that's the only original house from all that time ago that's still left in the street. And it's being in line for being demolished so that apartments can be built. So, of course, the neighbours aren't too happy about that and they're all against it. And the house itself is feeling really sad as well. So I went in and I did some clearing and I sent some energy to that house, which doesn't mean necessarily that I'll be able to influence directly this plan for it being demolished, but I did do some clearing and energy work on it to help. And that was interesting in itself because it was on some level calling out for help. There's a master in China called Master Sha, and he talks about how everything has a soul, even inanimate objects. Everything has a soul. So he says that, a house has a soul, a rock has a soul. Not only, beings with life force like animals, birds, plants, people, but even inanimate objects all have souls as well. And so the soul of this house was, I believe, calling out to me. And so I found that was really fascinating as well as part two of the clearing that I had to do on their house, which was next to that place where I grew up. And so I completed this grid work, this energy work, distant healing on this space, and I'm hoping that it's able to clear and shift as much as possible at this time. So part of that is setting up temple space over there, working with higher energies, ascended masters, angels, spirit guides, and clearing, transmuting anything that can be cleared, working with the ultraviolet purple flame, bringing white light down, and setting up chambers of light, cocoons of light over the space to clear and transmute anything that can be cleared at this time. So I hope you found that interesting, as I did. Wow. And that's part two of the story. And thank you so much, Julie, for asking to hear about that. So I've recorded this especially for you and for anyone else that's interested. Have a beautiful day. And shine on, everyone. Bring your beautiful light into the world. Thank you. Bye.